Hey, Irish fans, welcome back to 6 Points with Ryan Harris. I'm Mike Sullivan from the Notre Dame Alumni Association, and I'm pleased to be joined once again for this season's analysis with Ryan Harris. You know Ryan as a Super Bowl champion, a 4-year starter in the offensive line for the Fighting Irish. Ryan's also a best-selling author and a renowned motivational speaker. And Ryan does the color commentary on the Notre Dame radio network every Saturday. Ryan, great to be with you again this year. Missed you last week, but here we go again with another great matchup for the Irish with Central Michigan.
Yeah, great to see you, Mike. We missed you, brother, and now we are in full swing, and we're kind of like Notre Dame where they are as a football team, ready to put the final details on the big product as some big games come up soon.
Okay, before we look at the matchup with Central Michigan, let's talk about a great road win at NC State. A lot to like, a 21-point road win, and yet it wasn't perfect, and it gives the coaches something to work on and correct.
Well, it was a character-building win is what I called it on the broadcast. I mean, Mike, you and I have been in situations professionally where, hey, you have a plan, it doesn't work, or there is a delay due to weather or due to traffic or something, and so what we saw at the end of the day was a talented Notre Dame team face a motivated and talented North Carolina State, go through some adverse weather conditions, eat some hot dogs during halftime and things like that, but come out of that rain delay with an 80-yard touchdown run and then continue to put on the pressure. 3 turnovers on the day by your defense. Mike, I don't know if you know this, but they're starting to call South Bend, Indiana, Pick City, USA, with all the interceptions this defense is getting. So not only did they have to do new things offensively, like bringing Joe Alt from left tackle to play right tight end on that 80-yard touchdown drive, but Jared Parker and all the coaching staff underneath Marcus Freeman has the attention and the belief of the team, and they proved that through an elongated game out there in Raleigh, North Carolina against North Carolina State.
Yeah, huge confidence boost for the Irish to take down a Power 5 opponent, face some adversity on the road. But now let's turn our attention to the upcoming opponent, Central Michigan. So we're, again, playing an outmanned opponent. What will it take for the Irish to avoid an upset?
Number one, start fast. I mean, that's the big key here. And we saw against North Carolina State offensively and defensively. The defense started fast, but could be better. And then the offense really struggled and didn't kind of turn on until after that rain delay. And when you're going against teams like a Clemson and Ohio State, now we have to say this, Duke, I can't believe it, Mike. Can we say that out loud? And Southern Cal, you got to start fast in those games. In addition to getting points, it also shows the team that you're ready for whatever game plan they had, and they better go back to the sidelines to figure out what they need to do if they want to try and beat Notre Dame. So the first point is to start fast offensively, defensively, and on special teams.
So let's talk defense for a moment. Another mobile quarterback presents challenges for our defense. The Irish did a really nice job with Brennan Armstrong down in Raleigh, but Central Michigan's got a kid who can move around and hurt you with his feet as well.
Look, Central Michigan quarterback Burt Emanuel Jr., he can beat you with his arm, he can beat you with his legs, and he can't do any of that if he's on the ground. And Notre Dame fans, your Notre Dame defense has a chance to be one of the best in the nation. They have one of the highest pressure rates at above 45% anytime there's a pass play against them. However, they have not converted those pressures into sacks. And Mike, one thing they say in football all the time, especially for defensive lines, is, hey, it just takes one to get it going. And that's what you need for Jordan Botelho, Nana Safo-Mensah, Jean-Baptiste as well. These guys are putting on pressure on the quarterback, but get him down to protect the win and to help your team get that confidence and that defense get that confidence, as you're going to have one of the best opponents rolling in just over a week after that game.
Okay, so let's talk about the other quarterback who will perform in the stadium on Saturday. Sam Hartman has brought a lot of stability to the quarterback position at Notre Dame this year. And I think Hartman ranks second in the country in quarterback rating behind some kid at Southern Cal. So talk a little bit about what the keys for Sam Hartman to keep it rolling.
It's going to be on the offensive line to protect Sam Hartman. Watching the film, Central Michigan, Mike, will bring a lot of blitzes, and that's a good thing for this Notre Dame offense, because after what they saw last week at North Carolina State and what they're going to see from Central Michigan, they'll be battle-tested in terms of understanding responsibilities, passing players off, which sounds a lot easier, Mike, than it is in real life, right? You got a 300-pounder trying to barrel into one side of you. You got to push him over to the guy next to you, and then take a guy from your teammate on the right and pull him over to the front of your face. So they're going to have to get you're going to have a ton of success protecting Sam Hartman, because that's what you need him to be able to continue to play with health, and they're going to try and do everything they can to confuse the offensive line. So they've got to protect Sam Hartman. And I like that you said it too, Mike. Not only he brings stability, how about the excitement Sam Hartman has brought to the team and to the Notre Dame fan base? What a remarkable pickup by Marcus Freeman and his staff, and it is proving dividends already.
And he's creating a lot of balance in the offense, right? A lot of receivers getting involved. There's been great balance between the passing attack and the rushing game. So let's talk a little bit about that Notre Dame rush attack and what the keys are for this week.
It's going to be to protect Audric Estime. Look, Mike, hopefully, it's strange with Central Michigan, right? Michigan State beat them by about 20 points, and then they won a huge high-scoring game their last game. But for Notre Dame, if they can do what I believe and what I've seen them do, they're going to be with the lead, and it has to now become about protecting Audric Estime. We don't care if he gets 100 yards against Central Michigan if you can win the game without him getting more than 15 reps. Now, you don't want to go in with that mindset, but create the holes for Audric Estime so he can get out of there and you can put some other players in. Jeremiah Love has been a fantastic surprise as a freshman for Notre Dame. You got Jabron Payne and others. So make those holes early and often so that Audric Estime can get off the field. Let's get him one of those white jerseys, Mike, where no one's touching him, even on the sidelines, because he is a big force for this Notre Dame offense.
So, you've alluded to this. There's a lot of guys that can help in the backfield, but really this roster is extremely deep, and the coaches have talked about that. There's just a lot of confidence in guys down the depth chart. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's my fifth point, Mike, because I'll tell you what, if Notre Dame offensively, defensively, and on special teams can execute the game plan, there are going to be opportunities to build experience on that depth. And just one example, Steve Angeli got in just over a quarter earlier against Tennessee State for Notre Dame. And Coach Freeman said, hey, we as coaches gained a ton of confidence in Steve Angeli because of what he did out there. And every player who's not a starter wants coaches to know, hey, I might not be starting, but you can trust me if I do need to start at some point. But that all starts with the offense, defense, and special teams executing the game plan early and often.
So, the comfortable wins this year have been a relaxing experience for the fan base, myself included. And I'm looking forward to another comfortable win on Saturday. Is it for the players playing in a game like this, how do they manage their emotions? What are the key emotions? This isn't a rivalry game. This is not a battle between ranked teams. What are the key emotions for the team this week?
There's only one key emotion, Mike. Have fun. You know how Maris Leofau has fun? Knocking the heck out of one of the running backs or the quarterbacks. You know how Jordan Botello has fun on the football field? Blowing that offensive lineman into the running back or quarterback. The secondary getting a pick to maintain the pick city moniker. And then offensively running the ball. As linemen, you love when you can run the ball 5, 10, 15 yards a time and get those big breaks. So if I'm the coaching staff, I'm saying, hey, guys, at the end of the day, have fun with this opportunity. And I've talked with Marcus Freeman multiple times, and he maintains this, hey, we got opportunities. Each game is an opportunity. Forget winning and losing. How do you handle this opportunity? And the greatest way to win a championship is to have fun with the opportunity you have to highlight and show your skills to your teammates and to the opponent, ultimately making the fans like us happy.
I'm all for that. That sounds great, Ryan. I love the analysis. We're going to look forward to seeing how this plays out on the field Saturday afternoon. And then we'll be back next week to preview the big matchup with the Buckeyes. Until then, for Ryan Harris, I'm Mike Sullivan. Go Irish.